Welcome to my channel. I'm Sudani, and this is part 1 of my beginner's guide to 4C hair, also known as tight curly hair. I mean, this can apply to many curl types, but we're focusing on her today, okay? With this series, I really want to help people who have hair like mine have a better relationship with their hair. If you don't know how to take care of your hair, it can make your wash days long, stressful, even painful. So I really want to help relieve some of that stress and pain so you guys can really enjoy your wash days and have a better relationship with your hair. So this is part 1, and this video is going to be focusing on the shower portion of wash day. My next video will be styling and daily maintenance. There's been so much overcomplication when it comes to tight curly hair care, but it really can be simple. With this routine and these techniques, your wash days can be easy and even something you look forward to. I don't want the focus of this to be about the products, but the care. The truth is, there are so many amazing brands and products that can be used with this routine, but if you aren't consistent or using the right techniques, it won't matter. Of course, I'll tell you what products I'm using, but I want you to try this routine with the products you already have. So I do this routine about once or twice a week, and if that sounds crazy for you, that's okay. Try every 10 days to start. Washing on a more consistent basis will make your wash days so much easier. If you haven't detangled your hair in over 2 weeks, then I recommend you do that before trying this routine. You have thousands of shed hairs built up, and that makes everything so much harder, and you don't want to be in the shower longer than necessary. Alright, enough talking, let's begin. Before shampooing, completely saturate your hair with water, getting it as wet as possible. In my low porosity curlies, it may take longer, but this step is crucial. If you happen to use heavy oils and butters, it'll be much harder for your hair to absorb water because they coat your strands and prevent hydration. A quick way to remove the oils is by using a clarifying shampoo. Now that my hair is wet, it's time to shampoo. Squeeze however much shampoo you feel you need for your hair length and density, and then emulsify it in your hands before applying. I target my scalp, then extend it to my strands. I massage the shampoo on my scalp with the pads of my fingers, not using my nails. I make sure to elongate, stretching my hair as I spread the shampoo. I don't scrunch it into my hair, I just smooth it down the length of my hair. The first shampoo is expected to be less foamy because your hair is dirty. That's why it's good to shampoo twice. The first cleanse removes most product buildup, and the second one gives you the benefit of the shampoo you're using. A lot of people think shampoo is bad, and most times it's because they're not using the right types. Moisturizing and hydrating shampoos are amazing for your hair. You want to make sure the shampoo you use most often is moisturizing, or else you could be left with dry hair. Now I'm using my scalp massager. It's very helpful and makes it easy to clean my scalp. The silicone is safe and won't cause any tears, unlike fingernails. Scratching your scalp might feel nice, but it can do more harm than good. Scalp is skin, so using your nails can cause damage like small cuts, abrasions, and infections. And scratching too often can make your scalp feel itchier, creating an endless loop of irritation and scratching, not to mention possible hair loss. I don't scratch because my scalp is sensitive, so using a scalp massager has been life-saving. Do you notice how I'm lifting the scalp massager before moving to a new area? If you drag it across your scalp, you will cause a lot of tangles. Make sure to pick it up as you clean your scalp. You can also use the pads of your fingers instead of your nails if you don't have a scalp massager. When you do use your fingers, try not to tangle your hair. Stick your hand in one area and with light pressure, press down with the pads of your fingers to lift the dirt off your scalp. And don't go in crazy directions. I sometimes lift my hair if necessary, but I can just stick my hands in and focus on my scalp. I feel like a DJ when I do this. For the first shampoo, I focused on my scalp, but now I'm focusing on my strands. When applying shampoo, it's important to target certain areas first to spread the shampoo efficiently. I apply the product to my hairline, sides, back, and midsections. From there, it becomes extremely easy to reach all areas of my hair and scalp. The goal of shampooing is not only to clean your hair and scalp, but to prepare your hair to be detangled. The best way to do that is by elongating your hair by using the smoothing method. Smoothing is a light detangle that gently releases any shed hairs and elongates your curls so it's easier to detangle. Instead of running your hands in several directions causing tangles, do this prayer hand motion with your hands and gently smooth downward. You shouldn't be feeling any tension. Remember to be delicate and soft with your hair. Not only will you feel like Mystique doing this, but this method is also helpful for those who deal with tangles at the scalp. Now it's time for conditioning and detangling, my favorite part. I use a good amount of conditioner and coat the length of my hair, getting close to my scalp but not quite. I let the conditioner sit for about 3 to 5 minutes before starting my detangling process. That poor section in the back always gets left out. Before I use my brush, I use my fingers to detangle. If you don't know how to finger detangle, that's okay. It's pretty easy, just watch and learn. I use my fingers as a comb to rake, separate, and elongate like so. When doing this, you should start to see shed hair come out. You might not like finger detangling at first, but trust me, it's worth it. I've noticed a lot less shed hair when I finger detangle before using my brush. I also think finger detangling is better than using a wide tooth comb because when you're using your hands, you can really feel your strands in knots, unlike a comb. So yeah, I just run my hands through my hair for about a minute or two. If you have problem areas like the crown, make sure to give those areas extra attention to make sure detangling is easier. Now that it's easier to run my hands through my hair, it's time to use the detangling brush. Finger detangling is great, but you need to use a brush with enough combs to properly remove all your shed hairs. First, I'll be using the Felicia leatherwood brush. With this brush, I start brushing horizontally, starting at the ends, and work my way up. Before and during this process, I add water so my hair elongates easier and provides more slip. If your conditioner slightly foams like this, that's a good sign. Water is so important when it comes to detangling. It's amazing how it can literally cut your detangling time in half. I make sure to keep my hair elongated to stop my hair from curling back up. When you have really tight curls, it's easier to brush your hair when your curls are elongated, so make sure to keep your hair stretched while doing this process. Now I'm doing the same thing in the front, finger detangling for about a minute before using my brush. Like I said before, my hair is very fine, but the front is the most delicate part of my hair and is also thinner than the mid and back sections. Because of this, I try to be really gentle when detangling because this area is highly prone to breakage. My hair is prone to breakage in general because it's fine and porous, but the front area around my hairline is extremely prone, making it harder to retain length because it breaks off faster and easier than the rest of my hair. It's important to know if any areas of your hair are sensitive so you can treat it properly. This is also why I braid or twist the front of my hair when I do certain styles because I don't want to strain it too much. The second brush I'll be using is the Tangle Teezer Naturally Curly brush. I just got this a couple months ago, so I'm still getting used to it, but this is what I'm doing now. I brush a little sideways starting from the ends and work my way up, still making sure to keep my hair stretched. I find that this brush defines my curls really well, which I like for styling purposes. Anytime I feel tension, I add water to my hair to relieve it. Since I'm recording, I can't be where I usually am, but I would usually be standing right next to the running water and dipping my hair in as I'm brushing. If you don't want to or can't have running water, then you can maybe use a bowl or cup full of water to assist you. One thing I will say about this brush is be careful when you first use it if you're used to the Felicia. When I first got the Tangle Teaser, I was using it the same way I used the Felicia, and it was very painful because the bristles were scratching my scalp and also hurt my hands. I definitely had to get used to it, so remember that with any detangling brush, you may have to switch up your method and try different things to see which technique works best. But on the bright side, I do find this brush slightly faster than Felicia, but my wash day times haven't changed significantly, so I think they're both great options. I do think the Felicia might be better if you're someone who has coarse strands and higher density, because I don't think the Tangle Teaser would be able to handle your hair as well as the Felicia would, but definitely see for yourself. Finally, on the last section, it takes me around 10 to 15 minutes to detangle my entire head, and my wash days are around 30 to 40 minutes. I could definitely do them in 20, but I find wash days very therapeutic and I love taking my time. The most important thing I want people to know, and something that really clicked for me when I learned it, is that moisture can't be locked in your hair for weeks or months at a time. It lasts for days, then you must replenish to get it back. No amount of stylers or oils will keep your hair moisturized forever. That's because the moisture starts to evaporate and leave your hair after 4 to 7 days. It's a natural cycle that cannot be stopped. You can keep adding product, but all it's doing is sitting on top of dirty hair. When your hair is dried, the solution isn't adding oil or more product, it's washing it. Shampoo cleans your hair and hydrates it, while conditioner moisturizes and seals it in so you can maintain hydrated and moisturized hair for the week. Stylers and oils alone cannot moisturize your hair. So just get into the habit of washing your hair once or twice a week. I do this routine about every 5 days, maybe sooner if I go swimming or something, or later if I don't have the time, but 5 days is usually when I wash. If you're someone who has scalp issues like me, washing more often may relieve any pain or sensitivity. When I used to go 7 or more days without washing, my scalp would begin to hurt and be tender in some areas, causing sensitivity, but once I started washing every 5 days, I stopped having that problem. In some cases, scalp sensitivity happens because the scalp is dirty. I also noticed that if I oil my scalp, sensitivity would occur the next day. And although I can only feel the tender pain sensitivity when I touch my scalp, it still feels uncomfortable and irritated. Maintaining a healthy scalp is very important when it comes to hair health and growth. So if your scalp feels irritated because of any products, that's a sign to stop using them. If you're someone who struggles with dryness, washing weekly will make all the difference in hydrating your hair. Again, washing weekly is key. The reason why I love my wash days so much is because they're easy, because I make it easier for myself. I don't wait long periods of times. I don't wait till I get locks to start detangling my hair. I would hate to be taking down star locks every wash day. Washing more consistently and having a good routine is really key to having a good relationship with your hair and making life easier for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helped you in some way. Please let me know if you try this routine, and if you have any questions or requests, comment them down below. My next video, of course, will be styling and what products I use and how I do all that. So if you want to stay tuned for that, turn my post notifications on and I'll let you know when I post it. And if you didn't know, I have a blog, SudaniDiaries.com. It's really cute and fun. I talk about a lot of things, including my natural hair journey. I also give tips on how you can love your hair if you're struggling with that at all. I also take blog requests, so if you have any specific questions you want me to answer, you can fill out my contact form and maybe I'll get back to you. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited about this series. This video is just one of many. I can't wait to make more, and I hope you guys stick around. Bye, girlfriends. I'm sorry, girlfriends is literally such a cute word, like girlfriends, like it's so cute. So bye, girlfriends.